What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Legend. I'm back with another video. So this video is gonna be very significant, very important, very crazy story, very lesson learned type of situation that I want to speak to you guys about that I recently went through. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? Gotta keep them boys in, you know. Always at all times. I'm not really the waving expert, but I still want to have them, so you know. But let's get into it. So this is gonna be a story time and it's gonna be advice. So it's gonna be on pretty much me turning the sim mode, getting played, a breakup, all of that. It's all that in one. It's a real long story, but I'm gonna try to condense it so it's not as bad or not as long. But pretty much, for most people that didn't know, I was in a relationship for a few months. Like, I got in a relationship with the girl that I go to college with. Not gonna disclose names. Whoever knows. Whoever doesn't, and we just keep it there. Uh, Pretty much, when I met her, it was just like a high school. It was like like college movie type junk. You know what I'm saying? When you just run into somebody and you meet them and you just it just happened naturally. Um, Pretty much me and her had been together for like since September, leading into like I'm gonna say when did the breakup happen? So the breakup happened in like I'm gonna say January when school started back because I was on break. Went on break like December 12th and got off break on like the 17th of January. I was still trying to figure out like making sure that I could get back in school and all that. Now the relationship was going pretty well in the beginning, but we moved too fast and uh, you know, both of us weren't in our right mind. We both weren't good right in the head, you know, and we just wasn't a match. The relationship wasn't good. Like me and her would argue consistently. We had good memories. We had a lot of good experiences. I learned a lot from her. I learned a lot from the relationship, and I learned a lot about myself. One thing that I can say to you guys is when it comes down to relationships, I got 5 tips for you. 5 tips. Actually, I may say 10. But pretty much, me and her, we were dating and we were getting into it consistently. Um, I was having gut feelings. I didn't know what was right. I didn't know what was wrong. I confused myself, you know what I'm saying? And, I feel like if it ever get to a point where you're confused and you don't know what's going on, you just hurt and you don't want to feel that way, just leave the relationship easily. Relieve it. Like, it's not going to do nothing for you. It's going to be bad for you. Don't let nobody try to persuade you. Don't let nobody try to say, oh, well, things could work. You just don't want to work it out. None of that. Like, just if you feel like it's right for you, let the relationship go. Let it go. Because there are better people out here that will treat you better, that will love you better, that will value you better. They're not gonna kick you out of their life. They're not gonna be like, oh, you can get kick rocks and get the fuck on and all of that. They're not gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like be there. You know what I'm saying? When you need them the most, they're gonna pay attention to you. And one of the main things that was a problem was just the constant arguing, the blame game, the bringing up past, you know what I'm saying. In most cases, when you scold people, yell at people, and stuff like that, it's toxic. It was toxic relationship, and when you egg it on, you're only gonna make the person you're with tired of you. It got to that point where I started losing feelings. My feelings was fading because of the fact that, you know, I just I was hurt. Like I was hurt. I put my guard up because I was like, bro, I'm not. No, you're not finna treat me anyway. Think that it's okay to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Never let anybody think it's okay to say whatever to you and treat. If you whatever you find a sign of disrespect, let them know off the bat. Communication is the key if you want a relationship to last. Any relationship, because love is a choice. Love is a choice. It's a feeling as well. In my opinion, it's a feeling, but it's also a choice. You choose to love who you want to love. You know what I'm saying? You choose to marry who you want to marry. Stay in a relationship with who you want to stay in a relationship with. So in no way, shape, or form should anybody ever have you to that point where you're broken, to the point where you're hurting, and you know what I'm saying. You just wondering, why is it not working out for me? Why are things not good? Why are things not the way that I want them to be? It's because that this person may not be for you. If you have to tell them, if you give, I say two. Matter of fact, one. Uh, just because of the world we live in, and relationships aren't what what they used to be. Relationships are short term. People don't look that far, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to getting people, getting partners. That's the reason why so many hoes out here. And men and women. I ain't just finna be up and I ain't finna say men only. I'm gonna say men and women because females are hoes too. They just more calculated and smarter with it, and you know, they give females the benefit of the doubt, but females are hoes too. Uh, Now I feel like not all men and not all. All right, YouTube, I'm back. So a lot happened, but yeah, like pretty much what I was saying is that I was saying pretty much what I was saying is that not all men and not all women are hoes, but a lot of them are. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like I was saying, like during the whole time of a relationship, it was just like over time things were kind of me and her were butting heads a lot, and you know, I just feel like after a while I was just sick. I was just sick and tired of it. Like I was so tired, so drained. My feelings was faded. Like I couldn't continue to go on no more. And I knew the decision that I had to make. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me. Y'all know the deal. It's hard out here. But I knew the decision that I had to make. It was really like based off of, I did a lot of thinking before I made this decision. I, for one, hate breaking things off. I hate breaking relationships off. I hate breaking up with somebody. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel like a bad person because it's like I'm hurting somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got feelings in me. They love me. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like messed up. You gotta hear, well, I can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's heartbreaking for anybody. Me personally, it's gonna like if you tell me that it's over, it's gonna be like damn. But I'm gonna get over it because it's like at least you was honest with me. You kept it 100. You didn't sit there. You didn't torture yourself. You know what I'm saying? You didn't be mean to me and put me off like as I didn't matter. Instead of just telling me real 100, like yeah, I just don't think this gonna work. Like and little like side note, like bro, don't ever like feel females and males. Don't ever feel soft. Don't ever feel like a bitch or anything for having feelings because it's human emotions. If you don't, if you acting heartless, it's not human. pretty much it's just not human. You know what I'm saying? And like honestly, it was just a lot that I had to learn from that. I had to learn a lot from that. But pretty much after the breakup, uh, it was weird. Like she came to me, she talked to me, we talked, and we was like, okay, well, we just gonna be friends and work on it and see where it go. Eventually, she ghosted me. Like I was texting her, talking to her, trying to get in contact with her or whatever. Text her on Snap, right? She she didn't text me back for hours, like, and I only had so much more patience left in me. You know what I'm saying? So I I added her, and I left it like that. So it was like I couldn't see anything she sent me, but pretty much she was saying she texted me after the fact, and it was like it was just like you know it really wasn't meant anyway. So I really shouldn't have even went and tried to change things and make things cool again. Like I said, when you make a decision, you gotta stand on it. You gotta be like, I can't fuck with you no more, and cut off communication, cut off contact, no matter what. No matter what. If you feeling bad, go to family, go to somebody that love you, go fuck it, get a therapist, whatever. But don't go back. Do not, because you're gonna look like the weak one. And it ain't even about being weak, because it's human emotion. I don't give a damn what people say about simp or whatever. I don't care. As a person that's not afraid to admit to emotions at all, like I feel like, in my opinion, that's whole shit. Like I ain't gonna even say that you a hoe for that, but it's just like, what I'm saying, it's nothing wrong with it. Like, so if you judging somebody or bash somebody because they're sad over a breakup, they crying and all that shit, that's the only thing they that's a human emotion. That's a human function. Like you're not just gonna be like, oh, that shit don't phase me. Because if you go around looking like that, then what I'm saying, you gonna break eventually. You gonna break, like, and if you don't, then you just gonna be this heartless ass person. People not really gonna fuck with heartless ass people, because they're not gonna understand. You grow from hurt. Like, some people, some people matured off pain. Some people matured off of the people they were surrounded by. Like, I matured off people I was surrounded by, pain, just life in general. You know what I'm saying? And when you get older, you're gonna learn that this life is gonna kick your ass, but you can never give up. You gonna meet people that are gonna be permanent, and then you're gonna meet people that are gonna be temporary. And those temporary people, you never trip over. I'm not gonna say you never trip over them. You be thankful that they're there at that moment in time, but you can't reminisce over the past. Now, if it hurts, and it just hurt. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't get over it at that time, just do your best every day. Work your best. Keep doing you. Work on yourself. Make yourself better. Because one day somebody else is gonna come around, and they're gonna be better than that person, 10 times better than that person. They're gonna come into that person's life and change it. And that's what happened with her. That's what happened with her. Somebody better than me came along into her life. Now, I I don't have nothing against him. I don't know. I don't even know the man. I'm not jealous or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I was a little sick and shitty about it, because it's like, damn. I was trying to really work on stuff with her, but it was not meant. It just was not meant. It wasn't God's plan for me. I know that somebody else better is gonna come along. Somebody that's 10 times better than her in every aspect, and in every aspect in life is gonna be better than her. It's gonna come around, and it's gonna be at the time when I least expect it. So I'm not tripping about it. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? But heartbreak, man, heartbreak. Once you heal from it, you become so goated, and that's why, like, the bounce back is gonna be crazy. I'm pretty straight. Like I said, I'm straight. It's still in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then I get gut feelings and feelings in my heart, and that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's natural. and don't ever feel like you weak for it. Don't ever feel like you weak for it. Um, but pretty much after the fact, I was going to her, talking to her, trying to be cool with her, everything, bro. I did so much for her, like to try to get her back. Like sometimes if you mess up with people, they're not gonna give you multiple chances. Not saying that I messed up with her, but you can't break up with somebody and think, oh, they just gonna take me back, or you can't expect everybody to take you back after something you did, or either after you chose to break up with them, because their mindset is gonna be messed up, and they're gonna choose to go on about their business. Some people move on quick and just be like, oh, and drop a new person, but that's never the unless you can actually do that. Even if you can do that, it's still not healthy for you. You can't. It's not healthy for you because you're gonna go into each and every relationship with that same aspect. You're gonna date 110,000 people, and you're gonna keep going running into the same. You may not even run into the same situation, but because you have all of these relationships, you're gonna be so toxic. You're gonna be toxic. You're gonna not know what's going on with you, and you're gonna have to fix yourself. Like, which is why it's like after you get out of a relationship, at least you give yourself a few months, or you know what I'm saying. Like me, like I'm not about it no more. Like I said, at the time when I made the last video, I said it took a week. My feelings told me that I was bullshit. It actually took me that whole time, and it took me about 4 extra days. So it took me almost 2 weeks. But you know what I'm saying? The heart wants what the heart wants, and your mind, you know what I'm saying? They connect. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna that person's gonna come up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That person's gonna come up. But if anything, a breakup should teach you what you need to work on, and it should also teach you, you know, just how to handle future breakups and stuff like that. Also, so that it got to a point where I end up realizing like it was just not it. It just wasn't it. And so after that, I was like, okay, it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Get over it. Be a man about it. Handle the situation and just let it go. But it's not always that easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not always that easy because if you had sex with this person, that's soul ties. You know what I'm saying? Y'all soul connected at one point, especially if it was on multiple occasions. Y'all had sex multiple times, then and it was good, like you ain't had it like that in a while, or maybe you never had it like that. It's gonna hit, and I ain't gonna cap. Yeah, it was up there for sure, for sure. Man, I ain't even gonna get into that, but yeah, like it's like when it come down to stuff like that, your souls are gonna connect. You're gonna connect with somebody. If you connect on them with an intimate level, they're the only person you talk to. All of that, like you're gonna realize, damn, I see why I'm so strong. So why I'm so strong and hooked over this person. But after a while, you gotta realize, well, before her or before him, I was straight. Before this person even came to my life, I was good. You gotta think about the times where you was at your best and work towards that and elevate even higher than that, and never let that go. Like, always do that every time you go through a breakup or just a situation where you gotta cut somebody off in general. That should be your push. That should be your boost to push off that, because one thing's for sure, that person, they on they shit, like, after a breakup, or they not. You never know, but it's not even on. It's on some worry. Like, after that, Now you really can worry about you to focus on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Take the good and the bad from the relationship and go for it and go forward with it. Take what you like and what you don't like, write it down, and remember and go back to that once you then figured out. Okay, this what I like, this what I don't like. This what I'm not going for. This shit never going. I'm no. This ain't gonna never be okay. You have to set boundaries for yourself because if you don't, you will continue to be hurt. You will continue to be hurt. And I don't. I'm sending this message out just for anybody to see because I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. I didn't have to go through what I went through, but it was for me to. It was for my life, for me to experience. I had to go through this. God said I had to go through this. I asked him for a message. And I asked for a sign. He gave me a sign. Hold on. Sorry. He gave me a sign, and it motivated me to keep going. That's what you need to do. Um, like I said, no matter who, it's not a competition of who won and who didn't and whatever. Some people just move on fast and just go into, get into the relationship. Some people are like that, and that's something that you have to learn to accept. That's gonna make you stronger because it's gonna be like, okay, you're gonna be able to do it just as easy because it's like, man, I know who I am. You know your self worth. Love yourself and know your worth. I did a lot of things that I would never do. Like I did a lot of things that I normally would never do for any female. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I really felt like I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? In ways I did. You know what I'm saying? Things could have went better between me and her, all of that. But it is what it is. I'm my man, and you can't reminisce on the past and what it would have been and whatever. Like every now and then you look at it, be like, damn, it could have been like this, but don't dwell on it because it's gonna kill your mental and it's gonna drain you and it's gonna leave you hurt and daily when you think about it. And you know what I'm saying. And this is why I'm doing this. I feel better, 10 times better. Earlier I was like in the car thinking about it like this, you know what I'm saying? But doing this, like this is was helping me. When you speak about it, when you talk about it, when you talk about it out loud with yourself, or if you write it down, how you feel, whatever the case may be, do what you have to do so you can get over that. Sometimes sometimes you don't need closure with a person to get over them. Sometimes you need to have closure with yourself. Have closure with yourself. Fuck trying to go back to them and have closure with them and be cool with them and friends with them. No, fuck that. You are worth it. You're more than what you think you are. You know what I'm saying? So fuck with the past people or whatever. Don't go back. Don't ever go back. That's a rule breaker. Don't do it. I'm telling you, it's gonna fuck you up on the inside, outside, whatever, and people are gonna notice it. You're not gonna like the results because you're gonna feel fucked up regularly. So don't do it. But my top 5 advices, or I'm gonna say, yeah, 5. I'm gonna just keep it 5, and then I'll do the extra 5 later on, whatever. You'll never know. I may drop 2, but advice, lesson number 1. Lesson number 1. Like I said this 10 billion times already. Know your worth and love yourself. Never let anybody feel like. Never give anybody that mindset or that thought that they can't do it. They can't. You can't prevail without them. You can't go to a higher level without them because they have power over you, and then you'll just keep going back. You'll be weak to them. You'll be like a slave. You know what I'm saying? It's better off that if it's abusive and verbally or physically, that you just go and you leave because you're saving yourself. You're saving yourself. The longer you put yourself through it, the harder it's gonna be the harder it's gonna be to break it off, and the harder it's gonna be to recover from it once you break it off. So know your worth. Number 2, be around the ones you love, because those are the people that are gonna tell you, and they probably didn't experience exactly what you experienced too. 10 times, 100 millions of times, they didn't experience what you experienced, so they're gonna be able to tell you their experiences and help you through it. Um, Number three, lesson three. Be one with God. Be one with God if you're spiritual. If not, um, be real with yourself then. Okay, so a lot happened. Uh, I know. Oh my God. But pretty much, like I said, be real with yourself. Figure out, okay, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong in a relationship? Because when you see what you did wrong, then it's like you can really understand like your problems, like the things that you have. If that other person cannot accept their wrongs, instantly that's a red flag. So let them, when somebody do that, oh, you did this, you did that, and they want to bring up the past and all that, and but they can't move on, or they can't accept when they was wrong in that situation. Let they ass be. Goodbye. Get out of my life. You was wrong. Accept that shit. If you can't accept it, then get the fuck on. Because I'm not about to argue with you about some shit that you did at all. This shit is not acceptable. You can't get mad when I did something wrong, and then when you do something, it's not a problem. That don't work like that. It don't. So distance yourself if that happens. Don't deal with people like that. That's toxic energy too. Um, what am I on? 4. Find a hobby. Like, find a new hobby, or just find a new hobby, or put your all into whatever you're doing already. Anything, no matter if it's school, no matter if it's YouTube, no matter if it's making money, no matter what it is, put your all into whatever you're doing, because you're not going to be focused on that person. You're going to be focused on, okay, where do I need to be right now to better myself? Where do I need to be? Okay, I got a craft that I want to do. Got a craft I want to get better at. So I'm going to get better at it by doing this. You know what I'm saying? And then 5 is probably one of the most important things. But 5 is being able to accept your pain and forgive the person you dated. Reason being, a lot of people hold animosity. I caught myself doing this, but don't look in the past and be negative. Like, hate this motherfucker and all this. They did this to me. They did that. Don't play the blame game. What happened. If it hurts, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Accept that hurt. Be real with yourself. Again, know that this pain is normal and that it will not last forever if you do not allow it to. You have to be strong enough to detach. You got to be strong enough to keep going. You got to be strong enough to tell God what it is that you need and what you want. You got to be strong enough to tell the next set of people, if you have those next set of people, which you probably will, because it's hard as fuck to find love right now. So you will have those set of people. Tell them 100%. Be upfront and be direct. Communication is very important, and a lot of people in this world lack it. And one of the main things that a lot of people don't understand is that communication is one of the most important things in a relationship. You need communication to work. You need communication to continue to go, to continue to move forward, because people have toxic traits. People have toxic qualities. I feel like everybody going into a relationship has a toxic quality or qualities, not just the qualities. You feel me? Everybody has something that they're bringing to the table. Everybody has baggage they're bringing. Know that when you come into somebody's life, you're changing up their dynamic. You're changing up the way that they move, the way that they work, the way that they do things, because it's different now. It's not just all about you anymore. It's not about you anymore. That's what you need to understand. You can't treat a relationship
like you single. You can't treat a relationship like you by yourself, like you doing your own. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You love somebody, you gonna know that you love them. You gonna check on them. You gonna think about them. You gonna be with them. You gonna want to be with them 24/7. Now, at the same time, you're gonna need space because you can't always be around that person. The relationship before my last, I had to split from her because me and her seeing each other all the time, every day. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like it's a good thing, but if y'all not locked in, like, or if y'all not engaged, or if y'all not married, then it's gonna be a little, actually it's gonna be a lot difficult, a lot more difficult. You're trying to get to where you want to be. So, you know what I'm saying, unless this person is you know what I'm saying, helping you in what you're doing, you know, you got to realize that needs to be uh talked about. And if it's not taken and he is not heated, then you got to cut it loose, because it's like, I love you. I really do. I love being around you. I love fucking with you. Everything in between. But how am I going to be able to live my life? How am I going to be able to do the things that I need to do if we're always with each other? That's understandable. Um, but at the same time, make sure you make time for who you with. Don't just go about it and be like, I'm busy. Don't hit nobody with the I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? If you really care about them, you're not finna hit them with the I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody in this world, if you feel like, if you really love somebody and you really about them, you're gonna make time for them, and no matter what it is. But yeah, that's the story time. That's the advice. I hope you guys take it. I hope you guys take my experience and learn from my experience, because I most definitely learned from the experience. It was some bull, some BS. It was all that in between, but I'm stronger because of it. Shed my tears, took my L's, thugged it out, talked to the people that I love, been around it, and now it's like, just a thought now. Eventually, it won't even cross my mind. You know what I'm saying? So just keep going, y'all. Keep going. I love everybody. I appreciate all the support that I'm receiving. You know what I'm saying? And keep looking out for them videos, because they is dropping. Yeah, I hope y'all ain't forget about me. And I'm coming back stronger now. I ain't gonna lie to you. This was what I needed. I ain't gonna lie. This was what I needed. I'm on grind mode. I promise you. So, I'm gonna put my Instagram, my Snap, or whatever. I ain't really gonna be on social media like that, but I still will connect with my people, and y'all know what it is. It's your boy Legend, TJ, all that. I'm out. Peace. I love y'all.